Yo, yo, what's up? What's up? What are we doing today? Probably pull up my Twitch, huh? So I can actually chat with people. We're going to do a little bit more auditing today. I know I haven't been streaming as much. We've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. A lot of chatting with the team, a lot of jumping around a Trello board, which I'm not showing just in case somebody from the team posts something that they don't want showed publicly. Wouldn't be super fair for me to do that. So, but yeah, a couple updates for you guys. So one of the most interesting things that I think has happened kind of with this long 3 week long audit. I mean, we're kind of at the almost at the what is it, the 66% mark. Tomorrow marks end of week 2. And we need to deliver the report by Friday of next week. So tomorrow next week, we're really going to start hammering actually writing the audit report. But something I wasn't expecting, and we've done longer audits like this before, like 3 week long audits before. Yeah, this hasn't really happened in the past, but there definitely becomes like some saturation and fatigue. I feel like a lot of this low level stuff makes it because I haven't audited a whole lot of contracts that actually use a ton of assembly, and this contract doesn't use a ton of assembly, but a lot of the libraries and packages that they're kind of using that they've kind of borrowed from are, and kind of like being that deep in the weeds gets your head all jumbly wumbly in a way, like, to be honest. Um, and I wasn't expecting some of the fatigue that comes with that, right? I'm a little bit more tired than I normally would at this point in the audit. Um, yeah, so that's something that's really interesting feedback. So when on these, I feel like a 2 week long audit is like perfect, right? So week 1, you're really like, okay, getting the scope. Week 2, you're really like, okay, I'm understanding. I understand what's going on. Let's keep looking for bugs. And then towards the end, you're like, all right, cool, found stuff, write the report. 3 weeks, um, or maybe we were just way faster at understanding the code base. Week 1, it was like, I feel like almost by like day 2, I was like, yep, I get it. I understand what all the code's supposed to do. End of week 1, we already started finding bugs. And then week 2, we found some more bugs. Um, and I mean, one of the good things is like these were barely bugs, right? Well, I mean, they're still like high and mediums, right? So they are there are vulnerabilities, but they're kind of like in the weeds. Some of them are a little niche, um, but again, like I've said many times, I mean, the Beanstalk team is obviously very solid with the way that they approach testing. They're using fuzz testing. They're writing good tests. We're just going to level them up with invariants, which we've talked about. But yeah, that was one of the most interesting things that's kind of come about from doing this longer audit, is like really seeing the fatigue, um and that kind of play a toll on the team. Like yesterday, I spent a little bit of time building a tool for automating report writing, because I was like kind of dreading like writing all the reports. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to write a bunch of reports. And hey, what's going on? I see you guys in the chat. What's up, Aztec Warlord? Bro Ham, go ham. um Nice to see you in the chat. Thank you for the comments. Glad you're learning how to be a bug hunter. Glad you're jumping into Web3. But yeah, that's one of the most interesting parts of this kind of audit journey here. Um, and yeah, so over the last couple of days, when I haven't been streaming so much, it's really kind of just been singing with the team and being like, hey, is this right? So any of you guys who've been following along on stream, you saw me doing a lot of the math stuff, and that was one thing that I was really struggling with, like understanding the math. So they're doing a lot of this like moving average, geometric mean stuff, and I kept screwing up geometric mean with arithmetic mean. I had to keep saying with Hans, is this right? How is this math working? And I have the math up in front of me right now. Um, so, but yeah, that's been really good. And this is just another reason why it's so good to have a team, right? So some of the math stuff I've been kind of struggling with, but a lot of the, and that's something that, both myself and Alex, I think would struggle with a little bit. I mean, we would still get it, but Hans is much quicker. But something like Alex has really been shining on is doing a lot of these stateful fuzzing, a lot of these invariant tests. Obviously, we're all getting better at everything. We're sharpening everything, but it is good to have a team. And when there is something that you're struggling with, you have somebody is really solid in that, where you can bounce ideas off of, you can bounce thoughts of. So, Sorry about that. But yeah, you can bounce all these things off each other, which is really good. And then I think I'm the most DeFi degenerate here. So when there's like a more financy thing, I can kind of jump in and talk shop there. So but yeah, so before we jump into the code, and I'm only going to be able to do this for maybe an hour or two. And then I gotta go do something at 5. But I wanted to jump on and show you guys I'm still, we're still working on this. Just it's been a little trickier to audit when I'm just having calls with the team and we're just kind of brain dumping with each other. Yeah, anyways. Before we get started, any questions? Been hit with layoffs in tech. Ugh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Yeah, tech is struggling. I mean, with AI, everyone thinking, "Oh, cool, we're gonna dump everybody," which to me is kind of funny. Because yeah, I mean, at some point, AI will dump everybody, but I think we're still 5-10 years off. Just because, I mean, even for this, I haven't been putting it on stream, but I have been talking with ChatGPT. It's been helpful to give me context, but it still misses a lot of stuff. Maybe I'm just a bad AI prompter. So, why did you leave Chainlink? So I left Chainlink Labs basically because a number of reasons. The two big ones are the biggest things I see blocking adoption of this industry is number one, we're fumbling the ball with security. And number two, onboarding new developers is hard. And I felt like I would be much better at doing those on my own, right? I don't think it would be fair for me to kind of go on this audit and security journey under Chainlink's dime. And there's bigger plans that I have for onboarding more developers as well. So the other thing is, one of the things that I think grossly plagues this industry is there's a lot of dishonest actors who are spearheading the industry, and I hate that. It makes it embarrassing to be a part of Web3. Just all these dishonest, shady actors, and I wanted to have us kind of change the narrative, right? So everybody that I'm hiring, everybody that I'm working with, we're all kind of focused on the same thing. It's about the ethos of the space. It's not about making a quick buck. We're in here for the long run. And I think there just needs to be more entities that are doing that. So Chainlink Labs, definitely one that's doing that, right? Being kind of a light, doing good things, doing good work, doing really important work. And I just want more, and I felt I was able to do that better on my own. But I'm still very involved with the Chainlink community. I'm still an advisor on the project. Still absolutely love what they're doing. And I made a Chainlink functions video pretty recently. So still a big fan of Chainlink. So that's why. Dude, I worked for an NFT API company, and after FTX BS got laid off, the coin tanked in one day. Yeah, I mean, and when I say security, I'm not even talking about like finding bugs and stuff. I'm kind of talking about that shit too, because there's all these financial products and services that are just phenomenally better in Web3. But there are a ton of people who are pretending to be Web3 financial products and services, and they are not, right? It's a bunch of fucking bullshit, right? Like FTT token, right? Obviously that was fucking bullshit, right? Obviously that's a stupid shit, right? And there's a lot of assets like this that to me are just like obviously dumb, or like Luna. I mean, it's easy to see in retrospect, but you say, okay, cool. So you have a protocol where its solvency depends on itself. That didn't really make any sense. But you have a protocol that says, hey, we're worth, $1 billion because we have $1 billion of ourselves work. We have $1 billion of ourselves. It's this very reflexive logic. It's like, oh, well, how much is one Doge? Oh, well, one Doge is equal to one Doge, right? It's this very reflexive logic that doesn't really hold, and things go collapsing and catastrophes happen. So yeah, there's a lot of sad stuff, but I'm thinking that one thing that I do well, or one thing that I hope I do well, that I've been trying to get better and better at is educating people. And I think in the same way that I educate developers, I can educate people and developers to say, okay, here's what is a good, here's what a good thing is, here's what a good financial product looks like, and this is clearly a bunch of garbage, right? So, um, yeah, that's that. So without further ado, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna turn these lights off. We're gonna jump. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to update my sound. I realized I forgot to do something. Is my sound working now? Oh, oh, it's working for you guys, but not for me. Uh, well, it's working for me. Hold on 1 second. Although I guess I'm not gonna be on that long. Ah, I need a like multi-output device. That's what I need to do. Now is it working? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Not that there's gonna be much sound, anyways. Any Viper tutorials in the future? Yeah, absolutely, of course. Of course. All right, let's do an hour of auditing, which is like hilarious because it's like so hard to even get context. All right. So we were looking at this pump stuff. We were looking at the TWA. And let me just rip through the Trello board, actually. So like I've been saying, we've been using Trello to track most of our findings. But a lot of them don't really have the proof of codes up. So I'm going to write a POC for one of our highs here. Each well, so Hans is saying this one's a high, but I might have to write a proof of code as to why. So each well in GeoEMA each well has this bit here. If an update call is made with reserve of 0, the geometric mean oracles will be set to 0. Each well is responsible for ensuring that an update call cannot be made with a reserve of 0. I was thinking this might be a medium. I feel like it'd be really hard for this to happen. Hans is saying this is actually a high because the constant product 2, well, it can lead to a state of one side reserved to be 0 via valid transactions according to your invariant test. Oh, shit. So I wrote, interesting. Did I write an invariant test that can do that? I'm going to have to, status. Let's just do this. Git checkout. Pull Alex's stuff. Let's see. He's got one side, it's 0 reserve. So if we take this, so I'm just going to copy the whole thing. We're going to flip back over to mine. Actually, we're just going to make it in here. Test variant. We're going to call this, but like, what does it do? Yeah. Update call cannot be made with reserves of 0. What does it actually do though, if that happens? So let's just do update called with reserve 0 dot solve or dot p dot solve. The fuck is this? Oh, maybe he's in the middle of some shit. And this is the crap that I was dealing with before. Did I not do the V's? Well, the total supply, get reserves. Right, so 1 is 0. So now we can do the oracle or the pump. Actually, I think since we did a swap here, swap, swap, swap. Read last instantaneous reserves. Is this what we want? Read instantaneous reserves. Did I mean pumps? I think I meant pump. New email. Instantaneous pump. One and one. Uh, is it because not enough time has passed? Like, if I need to increase time, like every other swap. We'll just like do that. Oracles are so fucked in Web3, guys. I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing a 0. Are you guys? Seven 57. Get reserves. 0. So. Guys, I'm losing my mind. Come on. Come on. Okay, so it is getting called with 0 a whole fucking bunch. Okay, good. Cool. So, update the pumps. Number of token. This gets called anytime there's a swap. So we can go in here. I just delete most of this actually. Nope, not most of it. Will this do a swap for? I use. The compile process is actually kind of a nightmare. Hello? Oh, I put it in here. Holy shit. So where are those console logs coming from? Aha. Alex just got a whole bunch of console logs. I think. Come on, Foundry. Okay, good. Values. So is it going to call with 0, 0? 0, 0. So is it updating the pumps with 0? I think it needs the rest of this. Sure is. 0. So how do I write this as a test? Function, oh, well, that's the freaking test right there. Well, the tokens have on liquidity side. I mean, it's somewhere in this loop, right? Or is it before the loop? It's before. If it's before the loop, I mean, that's great. It's a smaller POC. No, it's not before the loop. It's in the loop. I don't think we need to do that though. Just do this. One. I should just pull this right. I need to do it 100 times. I don't think. What is that 0? This is already good. So how do we write this as a test? We would probably need to. Do like an assert in here. Update pumps. So we do like a here. Asserts equal. How do you get reserves? Reserves. So reserves. So I could get reserves somewhere. There it is. Oh. Say assert equal reserves 1 0. This is good. I can at least do this as a POC. Come on. There we go. Okay, so here's the POC. But the question is, how does this affect the protocol? So reserves of 1 is 0. Does that fuck up the oracle? It probably fucks up the oracle. Geometric mean of the oracle will be set to 0. Oh, that's not good. Which one's the geometric mean again? Is that the T dot? The geometric mean oracles will be set to 0. Which one of those? Pump. Geo. Is the geometric EMA? Is the considered a mean? All right, ChatGPT, what do you got? I mean, this is definitely a question the Beanstalk team could probably answer. Geometric mean oracles will be set to 0. I mean, so I'm assuming we just look at the EMA, geometric, EMA date. So it's saying this will be set to 0. Read last instantaneous reserves. And then what do I do? Like, no, read last. They want to use read instantaneous reserves, I think. I instantaneous pump. Yeah, read instantaneous reserves. That's the important one. Read instantaneous reserves. Okay. So if I call this, what do I get down here? Well, that's one from pump read instantaneous reserves. What does it take? The address of the well, of course. Address the well. And it returns what? It returns EMA reserves array. EMA console.log. One. ChatGPT, give me some long ass answer. Thanks, ChatGPT. They're both mathematical concepts, but they're very different. Geometric mean is a measure of central tendency, which is used to calculate the average of set of numbers instead of using the arithmetic mean by adding numbers and divided by the count. The geometric mean involves multiplying the numbers together and then taking the nth root, where n is the number of values in the data set. The geometric mean is particularly useful for data that exhibit a multiplicative relationship or have a wide range of values. The geometric exponential moving average is a type of moving average used in finance. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. It gives more weight to recent data points. Yep, making it more sensitive to recent price changes compared to simple moving average, which assigns equal weight to all data points. Makes sense. Yep. Yeah, the GeoEMA makes more sense. It's this geometric mean that I'm like, what the, like, why yet? Anyways, whatever. Now we do this. I'm gonna figure it out. They're definitely not 0. They're definitely 57 here. I wonder what is it? What are they before we do this? We need to update the. We might have to update the time. Ah, shit. Increase time by 120 maybe. What the hell just happened? Oh. So if I don't have the time in here, it's just 57. Hmm. Why is it not being set to 0? Why is this? This is going to be my to-do. Right? Says which one will be set to 0? Why does it even let me do this trade? I think it defaults to 1, right? I mean, clearly it defaults to 1. Read instantaneous reserves. What if we do what are the other ones? Read last instantaneous reserves. Email reserves. I mean, that's probably an issue, right? Like, you can just swap. Hmm. That's the email reserves. That's the email reserves. Swap from 0 to 1. What if I do the other way around now? What if I do swap from 1 to 0, and I just say, I'm just gonna do 1. I mean, that's not gonna work. There's no way. Yeah. Oh shit. Sufficient allowance. fuck? Lets me do that. Goals. So actual reserves. What the fuck? Huh? Wait. This is some weirdo shit, man. What is going on here? Stupid. Gotta love solidity. That's not gonna do Use constant user. User two. Don't even need that. User two. Shit. Let's try that. Ooh, yikers. That's pretty horrendous. That difference. What if I do increase time? Is this shit pausable? In any case, okay. Do this again. It's already been an hour, guys. What the hell? I feel like I've hmm. Oh shit, I'm about to run out of time. Oh, sorry, that was kind of loud. That might be it for today, team. I gotta go do something else now. But if anyone's got any questions about anything, happy to take a question. Then I think I'm gonna log off. But I think I know where we're leaving off here. This is a good point. Say left off. What the fuck is going on with this? We're gonna get this focus timer app. If you look up any Pomodoro or Be Focused, there's like a ton of them. Yeah, I really like them. I feel like having mandatory breaks is actually really good. Whenever I'm like video editing, I actually go for shorter focus times and shorter breaks. I'll do 25 minutes and 25 minute break, and then I'll do that for 4 hours. Then I'll take a long break, or 2 hours. Then I'll do a long break. Thank you. I learned a lot during your audits. Oh well, awesome. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I know this one was kind of quicker. Today was a little bit quicker. Well, not even. Well, yeah. I mean, it was shorter than some of my longer ones, but I guess we also just did Forge stuff. But yeah, for me, the big thing is like, what's going on here? Why are we? What is happening? Why is this? What is happening here? That's what we're trying to figure out. So cool. Well, I'm going to jump off. Hopefully, you all learned something. I'll see you all soonish.